How long can you survive in the trial chambers with no outside resources by only using armor, weapons and food you find in the chamber? How long can you last in Minecraft's newest dungeon? That's what I decided to try. I started my journey in a room filled with beds where I made my way to one of the halls. I slowly and carefully broke vases so that I could get loot such as armor, weapons and most importantly food. I was able to get some iron, wood and even craft an axe, but let's be honest, that's not helping me much here. I knew that if I wanted to survive, I would need a whole lot more resources. While doing my research for this video, I discovered that a trial spawner will only spawn mobs once you are in a direct path to it. So I used that to my advantage by using third person mode to find and prevent the spawners. I was able to find another room which had 3 dirt and water in it, which was going to be important later on. I was able to craft an iron chest plate immediately as I was exploring, but I found a spider trials which luckily I was able to block off before the spiders could get to. I was able to locate another hall which I looted for food, armor and weapons, but unfortunately I didn't find anything important. But turns out that the second passage leads to, guess what, another room, but this time filled with water at the bottom. When you follow the stairs, you will discover another trial chamber, but below the stairs was a chest which had a block of iron, a cake, which was the first nourishment I had since I started this series. I returned to my base, which of course was also my spawn, and set up a chest to store the excess and non-important loot like the block of emeralds I had. Yeah, it was completely useless. I crafted a bow which was important because I had so much arrows and to deal with mobs from a far away place. I visited the spider spawner and found out that it leads to another trial room. I safely and slowly killed all the spiders I could find without putting myself in danger, and it was in the dungeon I first saw the breeze. No relation to the blaze. I was able to take care of a couple more spiders and got a key and my first breeze rod. I tried opening the vault but the dungeon didn't work, so I returned to the chamber to see strays, and let's just say I have a long history with them. At this time I was almost on full iron when I decided to solve my food problem by fishing, and let me tell you, it was very inefficient. But on the bright side, I used my trial key on the nearby vault, which gave me a new chest plate and some other unnecessary materials, at least not really important to talk. I continued fishing. After some time I returned to my base to cook them. As I was cooking them, I returned to the spider's trial chamber to at least try and finish up the strays, but then a horde of spiders spawned to waste my time. The reason why this happened was because whenever you defeat a trial chamber and come back 30 minutes later, you will be able to replay that trial chamber again, which was going to be a real headache for me. I returned to my base after the whole fiesta that happened to check on my fish to see only 2 got cooked, so I did the only logical things to do. I used all my furniture as fuel. After that was done, I decided to use a bunch of bone meal to get as much food as I could. But I ran out of bone meal, and on the way I completed another trial spawner by killing a bunch of spiders and strays. And the best part about it was I survived. And I got the bone meal from the strays which I used to gather. Now with full iron armor, I felt a little more confidence in tackling the room. So that's just what I did. I also opened another vault while fighting the breeze, and I spent a good chunk of my life looking for it. To just get jumped by a baby zombie. And I returned to base to finish cooking some corn after I got jumped by strays. But obviously I won. Then after I went to one of the main trial chambers where I began fighting breezes, strays in an all-out brawl. After the battle, I splashed a couple more eggs and went fishing some more to replay the spider trial for more resources. Hopefully, I was able to get a couple more keys. I wandered about a bit looking for more. I couldn't find any after snooping around. So with the help of replay mod, I was able to find two massive chambers in the two hallways, just a staircase away. So I sorted out my resources and went to fight. And when I say it was a whole lot harder than the rest of the trial chambers I had faced. I came close to dying a lot of times, and this wasn't even the worst part, because despite getting a diamond chestplate, the rest of my armor wasn't going to last long and it just kept on getting worse. After some research, I wanted to get the mace from a vault, but to get the heavy core I needed an ominous key, which required me to complete the ominous trial. To start the trial, I needed to drink an ominous bottle, but beating the trial wasn't even a guarantee I would get the key, let alone the heavy core, as it has a 7.2% chance of appearing, not to talk about my armor durability, which was just gone. After managing to leave, I accidentally set off an ominous trial because I still had the effect on me. So I had multiple near-death encounters with strays and baby zombies. So out of desperation, I crafted a diamond sword. I went out to fight, actually just to fish, but I fought on the way. After the fishing, I fought a couple baby zombies which almost killed me, but I survived. Since that was over, I drank my newly acquired ominous potion to start another ominous trial. I was on my way out of the room when I got killed by a zombie. Turns out, most of my armor was already destroyed after the fight, with my helmet barely holding on to life. After a couple episodes of dying, I got my stuff back, but I ran into a problem. After coming back to the room, I realized I didn't get a key, meaning no heavy core and no mace. I also didn't have another potion to start a new trial. And with my food running low and my armor nearly gone, I knew I didn't have enough resources to continue. So I spent my last moments fishing, till I went to fight a breeze and ended up dying to a stray.